Right, Raj, today we are going to discuss how we do the number dial adjustment. So, first of all, 11 horses were running, and we see number 6, 8, 10 were scratched. Now, 11th house cusp is 24, 36 Scorpio, and the cusp is Mercury and Rahu. So, normally we will adjust the number dial as we come here with the 11th on Mercury and Rahu, right? Mercury and Rahu here, and then we will say, okay, that's fine. But that's not how to do it. So I will show you what is the correct way. So when we go back to the horoscope here, we see Mercury Rahu, and then we look at the sublord position of Rahu. So the sublord position of Rahu here is Venus. Now that particular Venus planet is also significator of the 11th house. Can you see Venus? So that means Rahu is in the sublord of Venus, and Venus is the significator of the 11th house. So what happens is you will now place the number dial on Mercury and Venus. Okay, because Rahu is in the sub. Long time ago, previously we used to put just straight Mercury and Rahu. So with Mercury and Rahu, what happens is the results which we get is 5, 11 and 1. With the house significator combination, HSC, Mars, Saturn and Mercury is the first combination. The second combination is Saturn, Mars, Rahu. And then the third combination is Ketu, Mars, Rahu. So that is with the standard Mercury and Rahu fixing on the nakshatra dial. See Mercury and Rahu there. And now when we read Mars, Saturn, we will see Mars, Saturn is here, and can you see Mars, Saturn is number 5. So what happens is I will show you the adjustment, and then when we do Ketu Mars, we see number 1. And when we go here and you look at Ketu, okay, here, so we got Ketu Mars here, and that is opposite number 1, just slightly inside here. Now what happens is this particular dial is no longer going to be in Rahu, because Rahu is in the sublord of Venus. So from now onwards we are going to do Mercury and Venus. So now what happens is, as we look here, Venus is here, and there's a huge gap. So very slowly you move it towards Mercury and Venus. So the constellation remains same. All you've done is retarded it from Rahu to Venus. Now let's look at the results. So we go to Mars, Saturn again, and we see what we get. Now when we go to Mars and Saturn, and we take in consideration here that Mars, Saturn is opposite 6, and what happens is number 6 here is scratched, not running. Okay, that's number 6 here, scratched right there, not running. 6, 8 and 10. So what do we do? So what we do is that we look at so what happens is, unfortunately, this becomes right in the center. Ketu and Mars becomes Just 1 minute. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking at Mars here. Sorry about that. We are looking at Ketu and Mars. We're looking at Ketu and Mars combination here. Okay, sorry about that. There's a third combination. So we're showing number 1. And Mars Saturn was showing number 5. So what happens is, here is showing number 5, but we see after we have retarded the cusp back to Venus, then we go back and look at Mars Saturn again. Okay, so back to where we were. Mars and Saturn is here and 6 is in the middle. So what you do is, we don't have Jupiter signifying, but we have Mercury and Ketu, and we have Venus, Sun. Sorry, not Venus, Sun. We have, if you look carefully, we have got Saturn, Mercury, and Ketu and Venus signifying. And when we come here, we look at Venus, Ketu, ruling planet, okay, and Saturn. So what happens is, these were more signifying, and basically you look at the sector, the side which is got more significators, and this side here has got more significators, this side here. And Jupiter is forming a gap. That's why you don't go beyond that way. Otherwise we would have gone that side, but we come this side. And on this side we have number 7, see? So we have a balance of energy here. And then actually number 7 came first. And then we have 5 here, so that's wrong. So with the correct position of the dial, we had that number 7, if you are careful about the significators. Then we go and look at the Ketu and Mars. Okay, Ketu and Mars here. So again, if we come to Ketu and Mars, if we move the dial to the original position of Rahu, and Ketu and Mars will show number 1 here. Right there, number 1. Can you see on this side? But now when we move to Mercury and Venus, as we saw here, Mercury and Rahu sublord Venus, and then we move it back to that position, and then we come to Ketu and Mars again, as we see here, Ketu and Mars, third combination. And what happens is, Ketu and Mars falls right to, you see that adjustment. So that adjustment from there to there is very vital. Can you see that movement? That movement is very important. Now number 2 came second, and then we have number 11. We have Saturn and Mars here. So with the original position of Mercury and Rahu, we had number 11. Let's see what we're getting at Mercury and Venus. So again, we go back to Mercury and Venus. We are here, and then we read the significator as Saturn and Mars, right? And then we go here, and then we come and we see Saturn and Mars is this side here, and then of course Rahu is also signifying. This is more potent here. And what happens is, we did not have Sun and Moon signifying here, as you can see. So that's why we did not move towards Sun and Moon on that side, because we can see Saturn and Mars is on this side here. Can you see? And then we can use Rahu also, because this adds power to Mars, because Rahu is one of the significators, okay, of the 11th house. So now what happens is, it is just falling on number 11, and then number 11 was third. So if you are smart enough, we had all 3 numbers, but this is the rule in majority of the cases you will have. So that's how to use it. So just use a cusp sublord supposition, because that is the significator which is going to be stronger than Rahu. So as you can see, there's a huge gap here. This is very important. Rahu and and Venus got a huge gap, and that gap makes the whole difference. So good luck. Thank you.